Well, that's right, Kelly. I don't know exactly. You know, like I said, Oklahoma City terminated. We are in Logan County now. Now, whether Logan County or OHP picks this back up, I do not know. Like I said, I've been told this is a stolen vehicle. Right now, I just saw the driver. I don't know if there's any other people in the car or not. It looks like something was in the back seat, but it looks like that may be something laying in the seat just blowing around. But again, he's back to kind of driving a normal rate of speed here as we still northbound on Portland, crossing Blind Lemon Drive right now. Blind Lemon Road, that's we just passed that. That was that intersection. Hey. Air 1, you on 123.02. Air 1, you on 123.02. Okay, Kelly, we're still northbound here. We're at a slow rate of speed. We're just going past State Highway 74F, that intersection right there. Looks like he may be getting ready to turn. Okay, he's going on 74F. He's going westbound now from Portland to, on 74 West, 74F West. I'm losing Marty. I don't have Marty. Air 1, is that you on 123.02? Air 1, do you copy me on 123.02? I got to change radios for some reason. Air 1, you on 123.02? Air 1, you on 123.02? Okay, I finally got you. You following this car here? Okay, just fall in behind me and I'll climb up. I'm losing Marty. I don't have Marty. Yes, Kelly, I can hear you on two-way. Okay, we just got Air 1. We were having trouble radio problems up here. We couldn't get him, so he stayed away from us so we wouldn't get into a conflict here. But I had him roll back around. He's going to come in behind us, and I'll climb high, and then he's Is there one behind me? Okay. There one. I'm going to climb up to 2.5. He's coming up to Cashin right now. He's coming up to Cashin. We're just outside of town, probably about a mile. And we're still westbound. Roger that. He's coming up behind some slow traffic. He's coming up into Cashin, just on the east side of the town of Cashin. We are now going right through the center of town on 74F there. Yes, it is. Come up to the intersection here in town. Full, Kelly. Yeah, Kelly's right by the school. He's right by the Cashin School now. He's turned northbound on a street. There, looks like that may be the 7th Street in town. He's went by on the west side of the school. It looks like the Cashin police officer is still behind him. And it may be a OHP SUV that's behind the Cashin police vehicle here as we come in. We turn eastbound now. I'm not sure. Looks like he's turning back going southbound now. Picked up speed. We were on that road, I believe you said you was on the east side of Cashin. Here we were southbound. Now this road has no
puts the pedal down here in a minute. Up around Danforth, we've had multiple fatality accidents up there through the year. Portland and Danforth, terrible intersection traditionally, and he blew right through it. This is all video from just a few moments ago. See one officer up close. There were a couple behind him. But when they got down past the water treatment plant in North Edmond on Portland, they backed off, gave him room. I think that's Edmond Road right there, or could have been Danforth. Trying to reestablish a signal with Jim Gardner. The last time we saw the suspect, he was out around Cashion with Cashion police in pursuit. I believe they were Cashion police. Could have been Logan County deputies, but it looked local, looked like a Cashion police. And that was about 3 or 4 minutes ago. All right, again, this is video from just a few moments ago on Portland before he dumped off on the 74F and headed toward Cashion. And as the camera pushes in, you can see him watching a helicopter because Oklahoma City police have backed off at this point in the chase. Chase was last seen out around Cashion and headed south. That's where we lost our signal. But again, when we first heard about this pursuit, it was down around I-40 and I-44, which would be down around the state fairgrounds. And this guy ripped all the way up I-44 and then the Lake Hefner Parkway, then Portland, all the way into Logan County, and then headed west through Cashion, kind of circled around in Cashion with local police in pursuit, and then headed down, I think, down County Line Road. As soon as we get hold of Jim Gardner, we'll find out. But Jim was also setting up a way for the police helicopter to follow him and fall in and get on the chase. Yeah, this was the chase up around Danforth. Let's see, I think it's past Danforth at that point. Guys, this is still video we're watching, correct? Okay. Okay, the guy's still running. We're getting word. Okay, we're going to get Jim up his audio so we can find out where this chase is here in just a moment. Trying to look on my map to see if I can figure out where it is. I think he is, he's out in the Cashion area, and that's good. At least he's not involved in this heavy traffic anymore. Looks like he is a couple of miles west of Cashion, maybe.
Air One's still shadowing him over there on the west side.
Okay, we're going to let you listen to some audio. Can he hear us, guys? Okay, Jim, can you hear me?
Okay, we're going to be coming up to.
Trying to get Jim's audio at least so we can get an update. This guy's still running.
I've lost GPS. I've lost everything up here.
All right, this video from just a little while ago of this chase. It slowed down quite a bit until the guy got into Cashion and a couple more officers got on him, trying to get an update on where he is and how fast he's going, if he's a danger to other motorists at this point. And this is the area up, this is, looks like Edmond Road, Danforth, off of Portland, where there's a lot of construction going on. Oklahoma City police were still hanging pretty tight at that point, but when he got going, cranking up on Portland about 100 miles an hour, and there was really no danger of him getting away because we were over him, they kind of backed off so that not to cause any more problems for any oncoming traffic. Jim, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Kelly. Can you hear me?
Yeah, talk, Jim.
Okay. Looks like we turned. We were coming down Mustang Road. I got you out there. Chase. Let me get things going back up here, Kelly. I'll try to find out exactly where we are.
Okay, but how
Okay,
fast?
it looks like we're headed on a road. It's called Ash Northeast Ash. We're about 8 miles north of the Sundance Airport.
Okay.
So now he's stretching out again. It's a 2-lane paved road here. He's really started opening up again. Looks like we may have maybe the Cashin police officer still in pursuit. I still see the other SUV in back. Air 1 is now shadowing on. We got him on the scene, so he is basically being shadowed by Air 1 also.
Jim, what are the speeds like?
Right now, he's really stretching it out, Kelly. He's I'd hate to say he's probably going well close to 100 miles an hour. It's probably slowing down now. We're coming up to an intersection here. We'll see what road that is.
Want to let you know the video you're watching is from a little bit earlier, and Jim is talking about the current situation, which Jim, he's south of Cashin, somewhere between Cashin and Piedmont. Is that a good way to describe it?
Yeah, we're north of Piedmont right now. Well, we're headed eastbound now. So we'll try to figure out what road we are on here, Kelly.
How many officers are following him?
Okay. We're still running eastbound. We're coming up to an intersection here.
Video
Looks like
you're
that's
seeing.
going to be Council Road.
Okay, Council
So we're
Road.
crossing Council. Okay, we turned south on Council. South on Council.
All right, the video you're watching, folks,
I
is when
believe
he
that's going to be around Edmond Road that we came off. Now, that's going to be about 192nd, Kelly, or 206 that we came off of, southbound on Council now.
Okay.
220th. We just, so southbound Council from 220th.
Video you're watching is from a little bit earlier. The audio you're hearing from Jim Gardner, he's live over the scene, live over this police chase. A Dodge Charger that apparently is a stolen vehicle, ran all the way from the fairgrounds all the way up into Cashin, has circled back around and is now heading back into far northwest Oklahoma County.
That's right, Kelly. As we, like I said, I'm fighting a bunch of battles up here right now, trying to get.
No, you are, Jim. You do what
working.
you just do what you need to do, and we'll try to keep.
We just passed northwest 206, southbound on Council. Just passed northwest 206. We were traveling still at a very high rate of speed here, Kelly. I would imagine close to 100 miles an hour as we're coming southbound on Council. Next road we'll be coming up to here. Like I said, everyone is over the scene now.
I believe he's near Quail and Council. Does that sound right, Jim?
Yeah, you're probably right, Kelly. Here as we come up here, I'll be able to tell you in just a second.
Okay. Shot's kind of breaking up a little bit.
192nd Street, Northwest 192.
Northwest
That's
192.
Over here coming now. We run down Council. If we keep going through Council, we're going to be coming up to the Kilpatrick Turnpike again and running into Wiley Post Airspace here.
Shot's breaking up just a little bit, but we're going to stay with it. This guy's getting into traffic.
That's right. As we come up here, we still Council don't have too much traffic now. It's slowing down here. Oh, we got stop sticks out here.
Up around well, we think it's up around Danforth.
Okay, they blocked the road. They blocked the road where he couldn't turn east or west, so they kept him southbound on Council here.
Yeah. Now, Jim, I'm thinking that might be okay, coming up on 178th next, which would be Edmond Road, I think, or something like that. That would be the area he's in on Council, heading southbound.
I'll be able to. He's still southbound on Council here. We got police officers waiting at the next road at the next intersection coming up here.
This is from earlier.
We'll see why they've got a couple officers standing outside. They may be trying stop sticks again. So as we come up here, yep, there goes the stop stick and avoid them. They didn't get out, so he came back. Now he's turning eastbound on 164th, northwest 164th from Council Road, coming eastbound on northwest 164th. They tried stop sticks right there, but he was able to avoid the stop stick.
That's live audio you're listening to from our pilot, Jim Gardner. Video from just a little while ago of this chase. He's on 164th, which would be 15th Street if you took it all the way into Edmond, going eastbound from Council, and he's getting ready to head back into a traffic area here. He's getting ready to run into some traffic.
Okay, so now we're on 164th. We're traveling at a very high rate of speed again, going eastbound from Council Road to the next intersection that comes up here. That's going to be Rockwell. Rockwell on 164th. He just blew through that intersection.
Keep on going, Jim. We're listening to your play-by-play. That's a live shot. Jim's over it. He's been over it the whole time. Had a little signal trouble, but you can see he's still running on 15th Street, past Rockwell now, headed toward MacArthur. I said 15th Street, 164th, 15th
okay,
Street. We got your shot, Jim.
Okay, he's in the
wrong lane of traffic again.
There's a Channel 9 crew right there on the ground he just passed.
Okay, so we're still.
Stay with that signal, guy.
164th. Okay, we're coming up to. We're going to try stop sticks again. We got stop sticks out again here as we come over. Did he get him? I couldn't tell. Did he hit him, Rich? Rich, did he hit it? Hit the stop stick? Well, I guess I lost audio back to my cameraman.
Yeah.
Too.
Well, Jim, just keep talking to us. Guys, this is Jim's live signal we're looking at, right? Talk to me in the booth.
That's right. He's still eastbound on 164th. They tried stop sticks again, but I think he avoided him again. I can tell by the high rate of speed he's going here. So now we're going to be coming back up to Portland again.
Boy.
Or Highway 74.
He's going to go back down the parkway the opposite direction.
164th.
Coming up on Portland, and Portland, you know, is a big highway that he can really open it up on. That's a fast car he's in.
Well, that's right, Kelly. He's like I said, for people just joining us, I've been told this is a stolen car, this dark blue Charger that is now eastbound on 164th, coming up to Portland or Highway 74 again. So it's going to be interesting on what direction he's going to go from here. Like I said, we still have Air One. Air One is shadowing. I believe that's still the Cashion police officer that is behind him. And also maybe an OHP SUV. And he's just blowing through the intersection again.
It's coming up on the off-ramp, isn't it? You just pass it? Was that Portland?
Yeah, he got past he got past Portland, so he's still eastbound on 164th.
Folks,
now we're going to be coming into the Edmond area.
Yeah, if you know anyone on 15th Street or 164th out around Quail Springs Mall area, tell them that they've got a dangerous situation coming their way. This is 164th. He'll be coming up on May Avenue here in a second, and the traffic is going to get thicker and thicker as he heads this direction.
Okay, traffic's starting to get a little bit congested here. So to come up, this should be May Avenue that we're coming up to now, Kelly.
Right.
Eastbound, still eastbound on 164th, just passing May Avenue.
Oh, boy. I'm glad they had a green light there.
Okay,
next will be Penn, and Penn gets very...
Here, but it looks like police officers are slowing down. Okay. Okay, the one looks like the Cashion police officer terminated the pursuit.
Okay.
Looks like the OHP pulled in behind him. So now we're back to terminating the pursuit again, looks like, but we do have Air One still shouting him at this time.
I was going to say, it's got two helicopters on him. They probably feel like they're not going to lose the guy with you and Air One.
Right. That way they because when they got behind him, he started picking up speed.
Yeah.
We're getting more congested now, so that's kind of a smart move. If the helicopter's over him, to back off and let him get back to normal speed and just shadow him until either he runs out of gas well, what is it? He's pulling in somewhere here.
He's pulling into Epworth Villa. What's he? He's close to Penn, isn't he?
Yeah, he's on 10. He pulled in. It looks like the
Just
Sonic's
cutting
right
through.
there at 10 and 164.
He's just cutting through, it looks like.
Okay, now we're going to be southbound on 10.
Yep.
Southbound on 10.
Epworth Villa is actually a mile south of there, is what yeah. So he's still southbound on Penn now from 164th, and there's going to be a lot of traffic when he gets up to 150th and then the Memorial. It's going to be total congestion, and he's going to be, I'm sure, weaving in and out of the parking lots at that point if he's still running.
That's right. He's back down into a normal speed now. We still have everyone shadowing right now. We're southbound on 10.
I'll bet he tries to get back on the turnpike here in a second. He'll be coming up on that shortly.
Just a
This is a pursuit of a stolen vehicle that started down around the fairgrounds. At least that's where police, we picked up the chatter from the scanner about the police on him. Down around the fairgrounds, headed north all the way into Logan County on the Lake Hefner Parkway and then Portland, then went west into Cashion, weaved around in Cashion, picked up a couple of Cashion police officers who were tailing him then headed back south toward Piedmont down the county roads. Now he's cut back over and he's over around Quail Springs Mall. Rich, can you pull back just a little bit and kind of give us, I know we don't want to lose the tight shot we have, but just to give folks an idea, this is, folks, he's on Penn. He's on Pennsylvania Avenue, headed south. Shot just locked up there for just a second. Coming up on 100. No, he's coming up on Memorial now. He's in the Quail Springs area on Penn. Jim, if you can hear me, go ahead.
The Home Depot that's there on Penn, north of the Kilpatrick here. So it's going to be interesting. Now we got traffic stopped in front of him to see what he does here. Now he's going to cross over. Okay, now he turned into the shopping center here of, I don't know exactly what, is that Dick's Sporting Goods down there?
Yeah, it's in that area.
Yeah, I believe that's,
yeah, you're right. That's what it is.
The parking lot here.
You're exactly right. He's headed over toward the Target now.
Okay, he's
circling back.
He's going to go back over towards Penn out of the parking lot. Okay, we went through that intersection. Now this road here
goes to Quail Springs Mall. This is what we figured he would do. Is
he's
go
going
through
to run into the Quail
lots.
Springs Mall. Which way is he going to go? Okay.
Go around the back
so he's
side
going to go
of the
around
mall.
on the north. He's going to go around on the north end of the Quail Springs Mall on that drive. Oh, nope. He cut through here. Where it used to be the Sears, and now it's
now this is the
Von Meir store.
Yeah, Von Meir parking lot. That's where this guy is right now. Yeah, we can't. It's hard to tell if he's trying to hide or if he's just taking a shortcut.
They're going to leave the car.
They're getting out of the car.
They've got into the car and they went into the Bond store there.
They're in Von Meir for the officers on duty if there are any in the mall.
Okay, so
they're in the upper level of Von Meir and they just made the north entrance.
That's right. Police just pulled up. Rich tells me that the female is sitting out by the door. That I guess she stopped and she just sat down. Okay, so they're arresting the female. The male went ahead and he went on inside the store. I guess she figured it was time to give up.
Yeah, bizarre end. This long chase. This guy looks so determined to get away. There's another officer headed into the store now. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll check in with mall security and with Von Meir and find out if they got this guy. He's on the upper level north entrance of the Von Meir store at Quail Springs Mall. And that's going to be the conclusion, it looks like, of this, what was a pretty wild chase at times up Portland. Over 100 miles an hour, stolen vehicle. There's Air 1 circling the mall. Police helicopter, Jim, go ahead.
Well, that's right, Kelly. It's we got Oklahoma City police officers.
We're flying our backup helicopter today and present some different challenges for us, but we're working them out. That's the Quail Springs parking lot. Jim, you back up?
I'm back up, Kelly.
Yep. So we have a female in custody that was apparently the front seat passenger who just gave it up and sat on the sidewalk till the officers got there. And then we saw the driver, it looks like, run into Von Maur in Quail Springs Mall on the north side, trying to get lost in the stores, I guess.
Which is the upper level there.
Right.
So we'll see what happens here. Hopefully if they've been watching our feed or watch what's going on, that mall security was kind of ready for them here. As they came in, we got more officers arriving on scene from all directions. He may got to the point, Kelly, we're not sure, the car may have just been running out of gas, or, he realized that he couldn't go much farther. I don't think the stop sticks ever got him. They tried 2 or 3 times to hit him with stop sticks, and he avoided them every time. But it could be that he was just tired of running, or the car was getting to the point where he had no more gas to go anywhere and decided to get into the busiest place he could think of, which would be the mall, and try to elude the police that way. But the female, once she got out of the car, she basically just called it quits and sat down and waited for the police officer to arrive. So now we have one male subject inside the Von Maur side of the mall, and I got police closing in all around the mall at this time.
Yeah, they're on the south side
the mall
too?
at this time. On south side, we got motorcycle cops, we got cruisers, we got police showing up everywhere, and they're totally surrounding that store at this time.
Oh yeah, you can see them there on the south side, and there they are on the east side. He is not going to get away.
No, they'll...
We're listening on the scanners, Jim, and they're giving the officers on the ground right now a description of the suspect as best they can.
I would imagine, Kelly, that the female will probably give a description of the guy here, and they'll be able to apprehend him pretty quick, hopefully. It looked like he was wearing a gray and black shirt when he entered the building.
By all accounts, this was a chase that started on a stolen car and headed up the Lake Hefner Parkway at about 100 miles an hour in the outside lane, really flying along. Lost Jim's signal there for just a moment. Back to you, Jim. We got you up again.
I'm losing Marty again. Telos won't stay connected.
Yeah, just a little bit of, this is our backup helicopter, so things operate a little differently with that. Yeah. Okay, great.
Okay,
control room tells me they're working on a freeze frame shot so they can see this. We can see the suspects. Von Maur store, the chase ended right on the north side, right at the entrance. They just bailed out of the car. A man and a woman. The man ran into the store. The woman decided it was not worth the effort. Here's the shot of the 2 people who were in the vehicle. The driver's there in front to the right, headed into the store. The woman sat down on the sidewalk and gave herself up. The man is somewhere in the store, but Oklahoma City police have it surrounded. Don't know if this suspect is, considered dangerous, but he drove dangerously. Certainly jeopardized a lot of people on the roadway, Jim.
That's right. They, like I said, they have more and more officers still arriving on scene, Kelly, here at the Quail Springs Mall at the Von Maur store. We have Air 1 still over at low level. So at some point, I would think they would get this individual in custody, because really there's no place for him to go. And
no, the upper level's pretty. It's a big store. I mean, it could take him a while if he's hiding in there, which he probably is, to fish him out. But all they got to do is block the entrances, and it's a matter of time.
Yeah, it's just a matter of time. I imagine, you know, I'm not sure if he could got to the store and into the
the
mall area itself.
Yeah, well,
But,
if he did, I think
they got
people
more.
would notice in that store. I mean, coming down the escalator, and if he was running through there, they have mall security as well. So,
Right. So I'm kind of keeping an eye while Rich keeps the camera right in there of any individual maybe running outside the Quail Springs Mall or anything that I see that maybe slipped by or whatever. But like I said, there's still more and more police officers arriving on the scene.
I'm
But
looking to see
it's-
from your shot there, do you have officers at all the entrances of the mall at this point?
No, it looks like they're mainly just concentrated on the Von Murr store at the east side here. Well, I see. Okay, now I see they're bringing more officers in on the west side, and just got them stationed in the shopping center parking lot out towards the road that goes around the mall.
Yeah.
There, so they're stationing them in the parking lot, so if they see anybody come out, they got a good field of view.
I gotta think that he's still in the Von Mars store. I don't think he made it very far. Police got there very quickly, and if someone would have seen him running through the store, that certainly would have raised a red flag. There's a still shot of the two that bailed out of the car right in front of the north side of Von Mar.
Okay, we're coming around. We still got police officers coming around here. We still have more police officers showing up.
There
Kelly,
are a
at this
lot of
time.
officers there. That's the entrance by the Von. That's the mall entrance by the Von Mar. Two officers there. Look at the officers
Okay, I
there
lost
right
Martin
by the
Higgins.
Von Mar store. Boy, there are four of them right there. Dana Hertnick with an interview. Let's listen in.
Down
She
the
can't hear
screen
us,
that
but-
they usually do when the mall's closed, and we had to exit the store. So,
And you said they were like searching the.
yeah, right before that announcement, about 4 or 5 policemen came in and they searched the dressing rooms. They didn't say anything, but they were definitely in a hurry. So,
Yeah, so I guess it was a chase suspect. They've been chasing this guy for a long time. He ran
Wow.
inside the mall there.
crazy.
Yeah. Was it scary or was it pretty calm or?
It was calm, but I know the officers didn't look very calm. They definitely were worried about it, but they calmly asked us to leave, and no one was freaking out or anything. So,
What's your name?
Lily Russell,
L-I.
L-Y.
L-U-S-S-E-L-L?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Lily.
Thank you.
It's
Appreciate it.
Dana Hertnick talking to an eyewitness out there. I think she may be a store employee there at Von Mar. She said, in fact, I'm pretty sure she is. They said that when police got there, they dropped the security gates that lead into the mall. So that would help to secure just that one area. That they looked into the dressing rooms and were in a hurry, as she described it, and didn't find him. So it's a big store, two-story store. If you were ever in the old Sears, it's every bit of it. And lots of merchandise, lots of things to hide behind or under, Jim. So it could take them a while to fish him out of there. But in the meantime, they got the rest of the mall, looks like, secured. Weird ending to this. The suspect in the Von Mar store at Quail Springs Mall after what was probably a 45-mile chase from the fairgrounds all the way through Cashin, northwest of the metro, and then back again to Quail Springs Mall. And they pulled up and bailed out of the car on the north side of Von Mar.
Okay.
Jim, we got you. Go ahead.
Yeah, Kelly, he's still flying cover around the mall for the police officer on the ground. Like I said, more and more Oklahoma City police officers have arrived on scene. So, you know, the question is, did he get out of the Von Mars store before the gates came down and was able to get into the, the mall population in the center of the mall.
Jim,
and the rest of the stores, or were they able to keep him in that one store?
We have an answer to that question. Just getting word from Oklahoma City Police that the suspect is in custody now. Not sure if he was still in Von Mar or not. I suspect he was. We'll find out more about it here in just a moment.
Okay.
But the suspect is in custody according to Oklahoma City
Police. Okay, we got him gathered
Police.
up on the east side there, Rich. East side, go left. Right there, zoom on the corner, zoom in on the corner. What do we got down there? Okay, so they're just standing around.
Rich, take it around to the west a little bit, see if there's another entrance there, the mall entrance.
Yeah, they should bring him back maybe on the north side here.
Yep. Check the north side down to the west a little bit and see it, well, a little west of there. Right, to your right. If you can, Rich can hear me. There's another entrance down there, but we know they had suspect is in custody after wild chase, arrested inside Quail Springs Mall.
On the north side, on the east side here. Yeah. Pull back so I can see what you're looking at, Rich. Okay, right there on that corner at the top, on the east side, right there. Is there? Okay.
Guys, take a look back on the north side and see if you see something by one of the mall entrances over there between Dillard's and Von Mar.
Okay, that's...
There you go. Now push in a little bit there.
Okay.
Good news there. Oklahoma City Police say no one inside the mall was hurt. Sounds like Von Mar acted very quickly getting their people out.
Okay, so we're on the south side right now.
Right at the top of your screen there, Jim, is there something up there in that toward that new parking lot?
None of those are SUVs down there, are they? No.
Jim, at the top of your screen there toward the new parking lot, is there some action up there?
Okay, top of the screen, north parking lot, the new one right there, Rich. There's a SUV sitting right there, I think. No. Is that it? Okay. 226. They've already put him in there, Kelly.
Yeah,
they're driving away now.
It looks like they have him in custody or transporting him out of there. Okay, folks, this was a situation that thankfully ended peacefully. That was dangerous on the road as the chase was headed north up Portland, the Lake Hefner Parkway, all the way Portland into Logan County, and then over to Cashin. Ended as the guy doubled back. It must have gone at least 45, 50 miles. Doubled back. He was going 100 miles an hour at times. Goes to Quail Springs Mall and ditches the car in front of Von Mar and runs into the store. A woman who was with him as a passenger sat down on the sidewalk, gave up. News 9's Dana Hurtnigge is on the ground there at Von Mar. Dana, what are you hearing?
Well, Kelly, we talked to some customers that were coming out here, and they tell us that they were inside. An announcement came on over top of the speakers that says that we are shutting down the store because of an emergency situation. They lowered the gates like they do when they are closing the store, and then they told everybody to leave. We are right now, just like I said, on the lower level of Von Mar, waiting for them to, if they bring the person out these doors, that's kind of what we're waiting for. But we're told that police ran into the store there. This is what customers told us, ran into the store there. They were searching dressing rooms, looking for this guy. And like I said, they shut down Von Mar and told all of the customers to leave. Again, we are down here on the lower level. Heavy police presence out here. They obviously aren't letting anyone inside, and we're waiting to see if they bring that guy out these doors down here. Kelly.
All right, scary to know that the gates came down and they told people it was an emergency situation. If you're in the store, that would be a little unnerving. You know, where the SUV was, if Jim can hear me, where that SUV was, Jim, it looked like it was west of Von Mar. Was it outside one of the mall doors? Is it possible that he made it out of that store?
Well, it's a possibility. The SUV was located on the northwest corner of the mall, north side, the furthest west door there, and they brought him out through there. So he may have got out of Von Murr, went into the. But roger that, man. Take care. You guys did a great job. And so they brought him back over to the car here. So I imagine they're going to be they'll probably collect evidence and everything, and talk to him, get everybody back together where this pursuit ended here on the north side door here.
I think I heard you talking there one time. They did a great job. Well, I'll tell you this, that Sky News 9 was what the Oklahoma City police were watching to spot this vehicle as it was heading north on Portland. They backed off, gave him room, knew that Jim was overhead and staying with him, and they just watched Sky News 9 to watch his location. He was kind of on his own, this driver was, as he turned off of Portland, headed west on 74F into Cashin, and then the Cashin police picked him up, but they knew he was coming from watching our signal, and then Air One got involved. So, Jim, you guys did a good job up there as well, and really helped when this guy ran into the store to know that they'd given up that part of the chase, and now we're on foot. Because it would be easy to lose that suspect in that mall.
Well, that's right, Kelly. I think he thought that once if he got in the mall that everything would end. But it appeared that the female that was with him, she basically kind of blew that idea when she got out of the car, and she just sat down and just waited on the police to arrive. I think she was done with the whole pursuit and everything. She just wanted for it to end. He ran on into the mall, but once they had her in custody and probably got a really good description of the individual, so they knew exactly who they were looking for, it didn't take them long to get this completely sealed off and to go in there and take him into custody, which the good thing is, Kelly, that everything came to a good end with nobody getting hurt. And Oklahoma City police officers did a great job. They pushed him to the point where they knew it was becoming dangerous for the people on the road. As we went up Portland, everybody knows how busy that section of road can be, so they backed off, terminated the pursuit. Like you said, they watched our feed and stuff, and then they brought in Air One. Air One, I was able to talk to him and talk him in. He got on the pursuit, and once the helicopter is over, then basically they can back off and let Air One just shadow the person, let attrition take effect. That's either in a car running out of gas, or if they would have got him with one of those sets of stop sticks, blown his tires, they would have just waited for the car to stop running at that point. But as it did, everybody did a great job of keeping it safe and keeping it within limits here and not pushing anything. Because like I said, the air support unit, once air support gets over the top of it, it's pretty much done, because then they can just shadow the guy until whatever happens and keep the police close by, when they can call them in. But it keeps them from pushing that suspect. Did you know several times when they terminated the pursuit, he actually slowed down and started driving at normal speed and traffic speed along the roads there. And when they did get behind him, then that's when he would pick it up and really exceed 100 miles an hour on some of these roads. Basically, we were off south of Cashin there. We were really in some rural areas there that I couldn't tell which roads we were on, but everybody did a great job, and it came to a really good ending here with nobody getting hurt, Kelly.
Absolutely right. And there were a couple of hairy moments on Portland up around that looked like 164th, 178th. Very busy intersections with construction. It's tight through there, dangerous through there, and he went blowing through there. And also looked pretty dicey. Although I didn't see anyone on the ground walking around, he went right, did a circle around the Cashin school, the baseball field, and he had police officers on him at that point. Boy, you're just so glad that there were no pedestrians out there at that time, because he wasn't going at a high rate of speed, but he was still trying to get away.
Well, that's right, Kelly. You're exactly right about the school. I was kind of worried when he turned on that street, which I believe was 7th Street there, which goes into the school. I was really kind of worried there, because there was a bus sitting there at the school. And I don't know if it was waiting to load kids or kids were getting off, and I was just really worried that he was going to go right into that school parking lot, and all kinds of bad things could have happened then. But like I said, everybody had backed off from him. Once Air One got on him, that it was pretty much done at that point. They didn't have to worry about pursuing the guy. They could just set up in front. They did it, talking to Air One, he communicates with the people on the ground. They were able to get ahead of him and set up those stop sticks, but he was pretty wily there several times, Kelly. He was able to get past the stop sticks and not blow any tires. But when he got down here back into the city and back into the this area, Quail Springs Mall area. I don't know if he was just tired of the pursuit or if the car was running out of gas and he knew that he couldn't go any farther, and he decided to get into a very public place and hopefully lose the police officers, which didn't happen. They were able to get there very quick. They were very close by, and they were able to shut this down and take him into custody.
Jim, how close was the nearest police officer when you can see the car right there stopped in front of the north entrance to Von Maur, the upper level? That's a blue Dodge Charger. We're going to listen in on an interview real quick. Christy Lewis is doing, and then I'll come back to you, Jim. Let's listen.
It's Kendra Birchfield, Kendra-Birchfield.
Okay, tell me what you were doing. You were in the mall.
I was in the mall. I'd been shopping. I was trying on some dresses in one of the dressing rooms, and came out to have the lady that was helping me zip me up, and a bunch of officers were running by with their like SWAT helmets on, and they came over the comm system and said they were shutting the front door, that we could leave any exit. And I thought, okay, well, something's going on in the mall, whatever. And then they came back on and said that all the employees and customers had to leave. So she had me changed real fast. My shoes are still not tied, and ran out the door.
Oh my gosh, so, I mean, you knew it was serious by that second announcement.
Oh yeah, when I saw the officers coming by and their SWAT stuff, I knew it was pretty serious. And, you know, the goal was either hide in the dressing room or get outside. So they made us come outside, which I think was the smart thing to do for sure.
Yeah, what did you think? I mean, what was your first thought about what happened?
It really hasn't really even settled in yet that something like this happened. You know, you see it on TV and you think, oh, that won't happen or to me or to you, and yeah, it's just very, very unsettling.
It's like making you emotional.
Oh yeah, very much so. I don't know. It's just, you know, it's one of those things. You never think it's going to happen to you. My mom was almost kidnapped in this very mall, and to have it happen again. Sorry.
No, take your time. It's just had to be just pretty traumatic having to see all that activity. And
oh yeah.
You know, were you running out, or what did you do?
Oh yeah. I mean, threw the dress off, put my clothes back on, and she stayed. The sales lady stayed there with me, and we walked out together. And you know, their sales staff is very, very competent, and they knew what to do in a crisis, not crisis, but you know, sort of crisis situation. And yeah, I felt safe with her. You know, I knew that they were doing what they were taught to do. So.
And this was in Von Maur?
This was in Von Maur, yes.
Oh my goodness. Okay. And so now what? You're calling family? And
calling family. My family's, my dad's going to come pick me up because I don't, one, I can't find my car. I have no idea where it is. So I think it's on the other side of the building.
Oh my gosh.
And two, I'm not entirely sure I want to drive home right now. So.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Some relief, I guess, that this person is taken into custody, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. There's a lot of relief that he's not roaming around the mall, and you know, our officers responded so fast, and just so much confidence in them that they know how to do their job, and they did it well.
Just not something you would expect ever at all. You know, you're shopping and you're in the dressing room.
Right. I'm shopping for a dress for my birthday of all things.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry this happened and that we had to be under these circumstances.
No, me
Thank
too.
you so
But I'm so
much.
glad they caught him, and thank you guys.
And that you're okay.
Yeah, for sure. For
Okay.
sure.
Thank you.
It's Kendra, Kendra, Birchfield, Birch.
All right, that's one of the customers who was in Von Maur when they sounded the warning that there was an emergency situation. Scary, too. She talked about officers running in with SWAT helmets on. Scary. After everything that's happened around the country, you just never know if there's a shooting happening. We have no indication that this guy was armed or that he was threatening anyone. At this point, what we know apparently is he stole a car or was in a stolen car. So that's it right there in front of Von Maur. And then he ran into the store, and that's where the officers came rushing in, and that would get your attention. They shut the store down in a hurry. We'll take a break. Come back with more in just a moment.
Before you get an energy savings agreement from Air Comfort Solutions, you first need to know what's in it for you. Our NATE certified technicians will call you twice a year to schedule tune-ups for your cooling and heating system. You get same-day emergency service, 15% discount on all repairs, no overtime charges, and lower utility bills. Find out what